Name me a better feeling than watching your number nine score a game winning goal away from home. You simply can't. Manchester United won, Everton nil, and there was a ton of discussion everywhere when the starting 11 was released an hour before kickoff. And the question was, why exactly isn't Benjamin Sesko starting this football match? And I think you can look at it one of two ways. Number one, Michael Carrick has yet to lose as the manager of Manchester United. Number two, Benjamin Sesko was your big money number nine signing. He also scored an incredible goal away at West Ham to make sure that United did not drop all 3 points. So I got to be completely honest. For me, it was a bit of a head scratcher when I saw the lineup and I saw there was no Benjamin Sesko. And I gotta say, the first half was very reminiscent of a lot of the things that we saw in the West Ham game. I thought the so-called fluid front three that we're supposed to see with Cunha, with Mbumo, and with Ahmad weren't necessarily as fluid as we need them to be. And I understand the sentiment. You have three players in Ahmad, Mbumo, and Cunha who can be quite versatile. Oftentimes you'll see Ahmad hugging the touchline, you'll see Mbumo in the half spaces, you'll see Bruno pushing up to occupy that 9 role, and you'll see Cunha a little bit in that left half space. Sometimes Mbumo and Ahmad will swap. You'll see Cunha occupying the number 9 role, and you'll see Bruno a little bit off to the left. So there is, in theory, a ton of versatility in that front three with Bruno occupying the number 10 role behind it. The issue for me was in a game where I expected Everton to pressure United's back four a lot, especially with the absence of Lisandro Martinez, who is by far and away the best ball progressor in this team. I figured there were going to be a lot of moments where it was either Yoro, Shaw, Lamens, Maguire, or Delo having to go long, and there were going to be instances in the game where it was going to be either Mbumo or Cunha up against Tarkowski, and that is just never going to be a recipe for success if the game plan is to try and be vertical and win those second balls. I thought that there were spells in the game where Everton were putting quite a bit of pressure on United and United were having to just go long, but Tarkowski was just heading it right back and Everton were back attacking and United were right back on the back foot having to defend. And I'm going to be completely honest, and I want to talk a little bit about a player who is a very polarizing player, a player who very much divides opinions. Some people think he is top. Some people think he is quite the opposite. And for me, he was the best player wearing a Manchester United shirt in the first half. Not that they were very good to begin with, but I really liked Diogo Dalot's performance specifically in that first half. I think he is extremely underrated. I think he's extremely undervalued in what he provides to this Manchester United side. The ability for him to play right side, the ability for him to play left side. He's extremely comfy on both feet. He can tuck into midfield. He has great athleticism and he's always available. I think he seems to be the top professional, and I'm not exactly sure why he gets the amount of criticism that he receives. I understand some of the criticism that he receives. I understand that there are some moments where he gets into the final third and his decision-making is not always the best. But I think you have to be objective when it comes to analyzing players' performances, and I thought today, out of quite a bad bunch to be fair, I thought he was top. I thought he was really good. But going into the second half, the game was screaming out for Benjamin Sesko. I thought it was going to be shortly after the second half started. If United didn't score a goal within the first 5-10 minutes, Carrick had to look to his bench and bring on his number 9. I thought there was no way around it. I thought the front three was quite poor. I thought Bruno Fernandes behind them was quite poor. I thought the midfield two of Casemiro and Kobe were very sloppy, losing possession, losing a lot of duels. I thought United players in general just were losing a ton of duels, and I wanted, that physicality, that focal point up top to kind of change the dynamics a little bit in the way that Everton were going to defend as well as the way that Manchester United were going to play. And Sesko completely changed the game. Not only was the goal extremely well taken, we're going to get into that, just the way that he reacts when he loses possession, always fighting to win the ball back, gives you that focal point to be able to play the ball long. He gets to bring Cunha, he gets to bring Mbumo, he gets to bring Bruno into the game. He also gives you that threat of running into the channels. You can play that ball for him to run onto. I thought it was a really good performance from the Slovenian. I was really happy with what he provided to the game in the 35 minutes that he played. And again, it's just so good from United from back to front. And Mbumo gets the ball out wide. It's a perfectly weighted pass to Sesko. And as soon as he opens his hips, you know he's going far post. And it's a delightful finish. It's top. It's a brilliant. And that's two really important goals for Sesko in back-to-back games. And I think now he's really given Carrick a massive question to answer going into the Palace game on the weekend. And that is, who does he drop from Cunha, Mbumo, and Ahmad to make sure that he plays? Because I think he's forced his hand now. I think with the incredible goal, the definition of a striker's goal against West Ham to make sure that United didn't lose, and then the goal again today, the cool, calm, collected finish. He's basically forced Carrick's hand. I think next weekend against Palace, one of Ahmad or Mbumo probably has to sit because Sesko's the man on form right now, and I think you have to play him. I'm really happy for Ben because I've been speaking to my mates about this, and there's been moments in his very short and early Manchester United career so far that I've asked for a little bit of ruthlessness from Benjamin Sesko. I've wanted a little bit more. I wanted a little bit more of that one shot, one chance, bang mentality. I think you need that from a number 9. We've seen it from a ton of elite number 9s in the past, and I still think there's room for growth in that area of Ben's game. But make no mistake about it, the platform for this player to be elite, to be the top of the top when it comes to world football's number 9s, he has it all. His size, his athleticism, his actions, the way he reacts to when he loses possession for me is top. He's always the first one to lead that counter press to try to win the ball back so they can go again. He's good on both feet. He's good in the air. He knows when to pick his movements, when to run it behind, when to peel off the center half. I think United did an excellent job in bringing in Ben in the summer. And I personally think if he continues to tweak his game, the idea of what Sesko can become in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I think it's terrifying. I think he has the tools to be one of the best number 9s in all of world football. So to see him come on against West Ham and have the decisive action to equalize, to see him come on today against Everton, take the goal as well as he did, again, it's incredible. When your number 9 is producing the goods, it gives your team a chance to win. But again, we are objective on this channel. It definitely wasn't all sunshines and rainbows in this game. I think, the last 2 games under Carrick have shown us a lot of what we already knew. Obviously, the excitement after the Arsenal and the City wins were going to be there. Of course, they're going to be there. Those are the 2 best teams in England, and United beat them, and deservingly so. It's not like United, snuck away from the City game with a win. It's not like United snuck away from the Emirates with a win. No, they fully deserved to win both of those games. They were by far and away the better team in both of those games. But we saw that as well under Amorim. We saw United beat City under Amorim. We saw United knock Arsenal out of the FA Cup under Amorim. We saw United beat Liverpool at Anfield under Amorim. I think the questions are still there. What do United look like against a team? I think the questions are still there. I don't think we've learned anything new from this group. What do United look like when the other team is the team that says, you have the ball, we're going to sit in our block, we're going to be compact, you go ahead and try and break us down. I think for large parts it was obvious that United didn't really have answers to break down Everton's block, and it took one long ball, an incredible long ball into Mbumo, and then a slip pass from Mbumo into Sesko to break the deadlock. I think there is still a ton of work to be done, and we're going to get into it, especially over the summer, because I still think, although United have been on quite the run here, there is a ton of quality that is lacking in specific positions in this side. But the only thing that matters right now is United doing everything they can to ensure that they qualify for the Champions League. We are going to be dropping an analysis video on this game tomorrow. Going to give myself some time to watch the game back and analyze it. but I just wanted to drop a quick reaction video. I wanted to give a huge props to Ben because I thought his performance for the 35 minutes that he was on was incredible. And again, it's an incredible feeling watching your big number 9 signing score a goal. And I think he's kind of forced Carrick's hand, like I said, to play him against Crystal Palace next weekend. But time will tell. That is it for this one. I really appreciate everybody who watches the content. We are going to be a lot more consistent now. So if you do enjoy the football content, remember to hit the like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. I will chat to y'all again very soon. Until next time, peace.